Would your younger self trust the adult that you are today? Well, we're going to talk about that right now on A Spiritual Remedy.
It's a spiritual remedy, a deep internal peace from the bondage of the self. I have found my sweet release. It affirms the life I'm living. It's the truth within my soul. Giving up the
Beloveds, welcome to A Spiritual Remedy. My name is Sunshine Daye with Vida Spiritual Learning Center, and each week we drop an inspiring message specifically tailored to those in recovery, but these messages benefit everyone. This month, we've been talking about the inner critic and releasing the inner critic and not believing the inner critic. And we've learned to question that critic. We've learned that shame is a language that we've learned. And today we're going to go one step deeper. We're going to talk about reparenting our inner world. Now, that might sound like a big psychological term, but I'm going to make it super simple and easy. It's learning to become someone that you can trust. Now, I have a picture of my younger self on my phone. It's my background and my screensaver. And every time I pick up my phone, there she is, little me. And sometimes I look at my little self and I think, okay, Sunshine, we got responsibilities here because apparently I've hired a 4-year-old as my accountability partner. But honestly, I keep her there for a reason. She reminds me who I'm committed to. See, my dad died when I was 4 years old, and as a little kid, I didn't understand what death meant. I was told Daddy was sleeping, and then I saw the adults around me crying, and Daddy never woke up, and eventually he was buried. And as a child, I knew that something didn't make sense. I also learned that adults could tell me things that were not true. Yeah, I discovered that Santa Claus wasn't real either. And somewhere in my young mind, trust was lost and distrust began to grow. Now, I'm not telling you this story to blame anybody. I mean, God bless my mom. She was dealing with her own shock and grief, losing the love of her life. I'm saying this because children make meaning out of what's happening around them. And my younger self learned right away that I couldn't trust the adults. And years later, in recovery, I realized something. I was the adult now, and I had choices. I could become another person that my younger self couldn't trust, or I can become the adult that my young self could trust. So I keep that photograph on my phone, and she reminds me, don't betray her, don't abandon her, keep your word, stay sober, tell yourself the truth. And when you make a mistake, don't throw her away. Teach her, comfort her, help her grow. And I have become the adult my younger self can trust. For me, reparenting isn't preaching and it isn't pretending the past that didn't happen. It isn't blaming my parents and it isn't getting stuck in my childhood traumas, but it is about recognizing that there are places inside of me that still respond from those old experiences. And now I get to meet those places within me differently. I get to meet those places with compassion and with honesty, with boundaries, with prayer, with love. And I don't abandon myself anymore when I'm afraid. I don't have to shame myself when I make a mistake. And I don't have to become my old, hardest, harshest critic. I can simply ask, what does this part of me need right now? And then I can respond as the conscious adult I am today. Think about that. What if healing isn't about going back and changing what happened? What if it's about revealing and becoming today the adult that your little self needed? You see, sometimes our younger selves aren't asking us to fix the past. They're just simply asking, can I trust you today? So here's your spiritual remedy for this week. The next time something happens and you notice yourself feeling small or afraid or rejected or ashamed or inadequate, pause. Put your hand on your heart and ask yourself, if the younger version of me were feeling this right now, what would she need from me? Maybe she needs reassurance, or maybe she needs a boundary, or maybe she just needs the truth or a little rest. Maybe she just needs me to keep a promise. And maybe she simply needs to hear, I'm here, baby. I got you. And we're okay. And then do one small thing that demonstrates that trust. Because trust isn't built through promises. It's built through consistent experiences. Recovery and spirituality taught me how important it is to keep coming back. And reparenting taught me that I can come back to myself. I don't have to abandon myself because I made a mistake. I don't have to punish myself into becoming better. I can become the safe, honest, and loving adult my younger self needed. And I can do that with the help of my indwelling presence that has always been right here, right where I am, all along. My name is Sunshine Daye. Keep your eye on the prize. Life is for you. And if this message has touched you in such a way, visit our website, vidaslc.org, where you can find additional resources and support and connect with me. And remember this week's message. I am the adult my younger self can trust. Bye for now.
Found a spiritual remedy and the joy is real. Just surrender to the power, let it live as you. Everything you wanted finally come